Alright, so I'm going to try to do a quick whole video of the whole water system in the greenhouse here. So this is the newest addition, is the flow forms. You can see how each one is a different color. So each one, well, some of them are similar, but each one is a different sand. So some of them are magnetic sands, aconites, and some of them are wolstenite, so which are more of the lighter ones. So those ones have more crystals in them. So maybe I can see really close. You can see there's crystals in some of them, and then there's some of the darker ones. I think one of them actually is just a post mix from the store, like a concrete post mix. So everything here is pretty cheap. Jaspal ended up helping me out and making it really cheap. He actually came out and helped me build all these, or well, most of them, and then I finished them off, and that was last fall. And now I'm just installing it all in the springtime here. So, like I said, there's the biggest cost I think was all these fittings and stuff. Obviously, I didn't make it look very good, but yeah. So the other part too is I also these blocks here. These are all just concrete blocks we had from our old walkway that was all taken apart and just put in a fence line. So I took them all out and started using them. And then, so it goes all the way down. So, and you can see, you see this here, this is the drain. This is the drain, get out of here, cat. And it's not draining, it's not going from here back up to the top of the flow form. So it drains into what I'm going to show you now. So we just got to go in the greenhouse and I'll explain everything else. Sprocket's got to come too. Sprocket loves it in here. So I have to talk a little louder. So right here is where everything comes from. So underneath here there's a 500-gallon reservoir underneath the concrete floor here. So I originally put that in when I built this greenhouse. I guess I can talk about that too. So the greenhouse here is concrete walls all the way around, and the inside floor is lower than the outside floor, or the outside ground. The outside ground is here, and this is just a little lower. So it just doesn't freeze as quick. It still freezes though. So the water, all the water that goes even to those flow forms comes out of here and goes through these pipes here. So another direction, so one goes to the flow forms and into that pond and then back to here. Another one goes all the way up here into the backy filter. So maybe you can see it better from the side here. So there's 4 of them, 4 bins, all of them draining into each other via little holes in the top where a little bit of rain comes out. So top one is river stone, so limestone. Second is clay, and they're little clay balls. And then I'm not even tall enough to see in there. So this one's a volcanic stone. You see that in a lot of aquariums and stuff and ponds. And then the bottom one here is charcoal. So that's what you see in all your Brita water filters and stuff like that. So from there it drains into this big pond, and this has a lot of reeds and plants in there. And then it goes to another one where it has plants as well. That's watercress there in the front, and then up here is an aluminum, or stainless steel tray that was used for maple syrup processing, but I turned it into this. So the water comes in and it travels down and it comes back. It makes a snake, so it goes back and then forth and then back all the way to here, and that's your drain. So you can see, I don't even know if you can see, so each one is a little lower than the other one. So the water flows all the way down to the end, so it passes through more plants, and then this is all mint. So the mint has roots going down into there, cleaning the water as well. And then the last little bit of the water system goes here, and that is 2 flow forms that I made a long time ago out of clay. And you can see there's moss growing on them and stuff now because I don't move them at all. So they're energizing the water there, and then there are, I don't know if you can see them, there's turtles in there. Everything's a little scuffy because I just turned on the flow forms outside, so it's kind of made the water a little foggy. Alright, so that's the thing inside. Now I'm going to go explain to you in a whiteboard. Okay, now I'm going to describe how it works inside. Like I was saying, the 500 gallon reservoir, that's where everything drains into. All the red are your drains. Doesn't actually look blue on anymore, but these ones are supposed to be blue. And those are your from the pump. So from the pump goes into all these different things. So everything is a contained system. I don't have any, like, it's not going into my running water in the house or nothing. It's just in the greenhouse. So it comes from here, circles all around, and just goes whoosh, and filters through all these things continuously all day and all night. So, like I was saying, it comes from here, goes through your Backe filter. You can look those up, they're pretty cool on YouTube. Bakki. So, like I said, lime, riverstone, clay, volcanic rock, charcoal, and then these ones all have your plant material in them. And this is your animals. So actually there was a goldfish in there, I didn't mention that. And then of course your flow forms draining into this pond outside. And then everything coming back into the reservoir. And yeah, so that's my pond system, and hope you like it. Hopefully I explained it well enough. One of the main questions is why. With flow forms in particular, why flow forms? I guess the better question might be, why not? I mean, people just have pets and animals that we just have just because we want them. We have fish in ponds just because we like looking at them. In this case, flow forms are very pleasing, but my intention with them was not just for my own self and my own pleasure and satisfaction. It's to express, I wanted to energize this water, not just filter it, not just pass it through animals and plants. I wanted to actually energize it, imitating what would happen from the mountaintop to the ocean. So it's not easy to do that in a small contained system. So with the flow forms, it helps me get that rhythm, that energy, that ebb and flow, that encouraging of life. It's mimicking the natural design and the natural phenomenon that water naturally takes. So the flow forms are just helping me achieve that a little more. And hopefully I'm going to actually leave it going in the wintertime too. So this water will not just, it'll pass through here inside the greenhouse, but it'll also pass outside the greenhouse. And so I think that should be interesting. Thanks for your time. Hopefully I explained it all well enough. Feel free to ask questions. I'll try to answer. Thanks.